Hello, this is Quality Education and my name is Amadeo Lozano.
And I am Vanessa Castelló. We are the co-hosts of today's discussion. Today, we will discuss a very important topic, quality education in Mexico. We focused our research specifically in these questions. What can the government do to improve quantity of students that complete a college education?
And the other question we are talking about is, why does education in Mexico is so unbalanced? Quality education refers to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Education is a fundamental human right. Every individual, irrespective of their country of birth, gender, religion, etc., is entitled to a free basic education. Education provides the student with skills that will be used later in life. This will aid in having a better quality of life and numerous opportunities throughout it.
I completely agree. In the past months, we conducted several interviews with people involved in the problem. We acknowledge the fact that by speaking with people whom are aware of the problem, we could understand the needs of unprivileged and their point of views. In this next segment, we want to discuss some of them. Amadeo, would you like to talk about your experience?
Of course. First, I interviewed a private education teacher. Her name is Lucerena Gonzalez. We talked about different aspects of education in her community and she told me how the system works in Prepo-Dem. After that, I wanted to know more about what she thinks regarding the educative system in the country. She thinks that the government is trying to make process with different actions they make in the system, but that movements are not affecting drastically to the whole country. For example, private schools are not obligated to follow the rules exactly as shown by the government. To finish with this, I asked her if they have necessary equipment to have a good education, and she said that they indeed have great equipment for it. In the next block of this podcast, we have my partner Vanessa talking about her experience with another teacher. But the difference in that is that this teacher is teaching in public schools.
Well, I interviewed a public education teacher. His name is Oscar de Jesus Cisneros, and he works at Universidad Autónoma de Nuevo León. In his interview, he mentioned different ideas and points that englobe the problem. He is also a parent, so he has different point of views regarding the problem. I asked him what was lacking in the public education system and what he considered that should be changed. He mentioned that devoting more governmental resources to build more universities, training teachers, and updating study programs and careers would be helpful to improve our educational system. He has an insight in how public education works, and his suggestions prove it. Next, Amadeo will share his thoughts on the other interview.
The last interview we are going to talk about is a very interesting one. Juana Inés Medina is a school dropout. She got out of school because she needs to start working. When we started the interview, I asked her what are her thoughts within education, and she told me that education is not great. She started telling me her experience with this problem, and it is very difficult for so many people in these type of situations to continue study instead of working. To finish off, something that really matters is her opinion regarding inequality in education. She really thinks that it is not fair that almost half of the country have very poor education and the other half has a very good one.
Thank you for sharing that with us. To finalize, we'd like to say that after interviewing these persons, we realized the importance of understanding the point of views and ideas of every single demographic involved. Having an open mind and listening to what others think of a certain problem. We also concluded that we should be more involved in what goes around us. If people really understood the real story behind our education, a lot of people would be worried. We invite you to research a little about Mexican education, and we encourage you to share your ideas.
Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoyed our discussion.